This week on Days of Our Pirates, the Pirates conclude the All-Star break and open up in a home series in PNC Park against the New York Mets. As it looks like in Game 1 of the series right here, Pete Alonso gets the out from Dengowski, except Stroman doesn't like what Dengowski said. Dengowski told him, "Stop playing Fortnite, you loser. You own so much Fortnite cards." And he said, "I only own 2 packs." So they start fighting, and it looks like the two memeiest organizations in Major League Baseball are going to duke it out. And Clint Hurdle would be very proud of this moment. He's probably chewing on his double bubble gum right now, just in absolute amazement as this team is losing baseball games at the moment because the Mets are up 2-1 and fighting. Now that is the Clint Hurdle way, even though our general manager is Danny Shelton. But yes, one of the first fights, I believe it's the first fight of the season for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If not, it's definitely the second. And as it looks like right here, the Pirates won this game 4-1. And I'm not a fan of losing baseball games. I like to see my team win. But I know that in the long run, it's better that the Pirates just continue to play the way they normally do instead of going on winning streaks. That way they can secure the best draft pick possible. Because at the end of the day, no matter how they play, they're still one of the worst teams in baseball at the moment. But at the same time, you like to see your team win, so I'm happy when they win. I cheer when they win, except I know that it may come at a cost if they win too much, because they'll have a lower draft pick value. And the next day, it looks like Steve Blass, the former commentator and pitcher during the 1971 World Series championship team for the Pittsburgh Pirates, that's being honored tonight, and we're looking to honor them in grand fashion. He took the opening pitch, and right here, it's going to be an out by Brian Reynolds. And he might get him. Brian Reynolds, and Dengowski gets him. What an amazing play by the All-Star center fielder, Brian Reynolds. He was in the All-Star game with Adam Frazier last game, and Reynolds almost had a home run. And for one of the only times in my life in the All-Star game, a ball didn't carry in Coors Field with the high elevation. As you see right here, Adam Frazier gets the ball to drop. He's going to get a double off of this play. And I'm going to miss Adam Frazier because odds are we're going to trade him at the deadline, which I'm a fan of keeping him, except I'm also a fan of trading him. I don't feel like you can't go wrong either way. But at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to trade him probably to a team like the Chicago White Sox, which is what's being rumored. And we'll miss him, but it's better off for us in the future. But if we keep him for some reason, I'm not going to be upset at all because he's an amazing player. And I really wish that Bob Nutting would actually make a valiant effort to re-sign our players, which he never seems to do. It's crazy. But anyways, it looks like right here, the Pirates are going to get the double play. Frazier gives it to Kevin Newman. Kevin Newman gives it to Dengowski, who has been playing very well since he came up from the minor leagues. I'm very impressed with Dengowski and what he's done so far for this team. And Polanco gets a single. This is a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence for Gregory Polanco. Everyone get out your cameras. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Look what Gregory Polanco has done. And Jacob Stallings, he's another man who might be gone at the end of the year, and if not this year, the next year, because the Pittsburgh Pirates selected Henry Davis, a catcher out of Louisville, with the number 1 overall pick in the draft because they were 19-41 last year in the shortened season, which was the worst record in the league. So Jacob Stallings is trying to play great baseball, and you'll see later in this game, he's making a very compelling argument to keep Henry Davis in the minors this year and maybe even next year so he can keep the job. And honestly, Stallings is one of the most consistent players on this team. He's not like a Ben Gamble who's going to give you 3 for 4 and a home run one game and then just go 1 for 4 the next game. And it happens. You know, I understand consistency is not there every single game, except players like Ben Gamble, you get a different result every single game they're in. So that is inconsistency. But Jacob Stallings, if he goes 1 for 4 one night, he might go 2 for 4 the next night and then back to 1 for 4, you know? If he hits a home run every 10 games, and he's going to hit a home run every 10 games. He's a very consistent player on this team, and that's one of the great things about him. Key Brian Hayes, another man who is great for our future with Ben Cherington, rebuilding us through the draft. Key Brian Hayes was an absolutely amazing pick. I'm so glad that we got him, and he may be the future face of this baseball team, assuming that Adam Frazier gets traded, and Brian Reynolds better get re-signed. If Bob Nutting does not re-sign Brian Reynolds, I'm going to not be a happy camper. As this game, at the top of the 4th inning, it's still 0-0, but he crushes it, and it is gone. It's a 2-run homer for the New York Mets, and it looks like the paternity test for the Pirates has come back negative. They are no longer the Mets' daddies at the moment, as the Mets are up 2-0, the way things should be honest. In the top of the 4th inning, as we go to the bottom of the 4th, Gregory Polanco launches one. We're going to give him a 5-year extension after this play, and I'm just kidding. It is an out. Polanco gets robbed, and am I surprised? Absolutely not. But we're still going to give him that 5-year extension for $250 million like we love to do with Polanco, as it looks like right here the Mets are going to get the out to end the 4th inning as we go to the top of the 6th. And we don't have Felipe Vasquez anymore because, unfortunately, first of all, we were going to try to trade him to the Dodgers, but we didn't even get to do that because he's a criminal. Just our luck, as it looks like the Mets get another 2-run homer. He throws the bat, and it's 4-0 New York. They are not honoring this 1971 team very well at all right now. It's very disappointing as we head to the top of the 7th. And it looks like right here, we are... Oh, Key Bryan cannot make the play. It's going to be a single. We Are Family. This is the team. This is the song that we sing with the Mets, because it's either we are their fathers or they're our stepbro, and they're absolutely destroying us like they are right now, as it's going to be 5-0 New York at the top of the 7th inning. And right now it looks like typical Pirates baseball, and it's probably because the All-Star break ended, so they're going to start going on a 10-game losing streak most likely, like they do every year, especially in 2019. As right here the Mets get the single, and it is going to be 6-0 New York at the top of the 7th. It looks like the Mets are running away with this game right now, but it's the bottom of the 7th inning. The Pirates have a chance to try to keep this a game, except they have to start scoring now. Kevin Newman is up, and he strikes out with a man on first. This is the first out of the inning for the Pirates. What a beautiful pitch by the Mets pitcher. You love to see good pitching in the MLB nowadays without any foreign substances. That's ridiculous what the MLB's doing, making you pull your pants down just so you can show them that you don't have any foreign substances. And it is a problem, but what's also a problem is the way they're handling it, as they're going to get the out to end the 7th inning, a wasted opportunity by the Pirates to go to the bottom of the 8th, and they didn't give up another run to the Mets, thankfully, but they have to score at least 2 runs right now, or else this game's over. And even if they do score 2, the game's most likely over, as Ningowski, the father of the New York Mets, and he's going to get a single and maybe even a double, and this is going to drive in. He is safe, and this is going to drive in the first run of the game for the Pirates. Ningowski, he's been playing amazing. He's been playing amazing first base. You love to see it, and honestly, I love his play style. He's such a power hitter, and this one is gone. It is Wilmer Difo with the 3-run homer. This time, just like against the Atlanta Braves, he did not give up a grand slam pitching. He actually hit a 3-run homer coming up from the minor leagues. And Wilmer Difo makes this a game, except it doesn't matter, as the closing pitching, the bullpen for the Pirates once again strikes. It's a solo home run for the New York Mets as they take a 7-5 lead at the top of the 9th inning. What a huge play by Nemo of the New York Mets to make it a 2-run game as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And Stallings, he launches one. The All-Star break apparently did not occur because the Pirates are still playing the best baseball of the entire season. He walks it off with a grand slam, and he tells Henry Davis to kiss it because he wants his job. He wants to keep his job. You should have drafted a pitcher, he says, and he gets a walk-off grand slam. Bob Nutting is super upset because he does not like to see this team win. And because of this grand slam by Jacob Stallings, Gregory Polanco will be getting another contract extension. And right here, Elias Diaz, the closing pitcher for the New York Mets, a couple years ago, he did the exact same thing, except he didn't give up a grand slam, except he did give up 4 or 5 runs at the end of the game. He is raising the Jolly Roger right here as we go to the game the next day. And because the Pirates have won 2 in a row, and it's after the All-Star break, it looks like it's time for a 10-game losing streak. But no, Wilmer Difo with the hit. He is going to get a double. What an absolutely spectacular play by Difo. He's been playing great ball the past 2 games. And Brian Reynolds gets the single. This might drive in a run. We're not sure quite yet. Difo's going to home plate, and he is safe. It is a 1-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the bottom of the 1st inning. And this is so weird because the All-Star break ended. This should not be happening. And the father of the New York Mets, he once again took a paternity test. Looks like he's 100% the father, according to Lizzo and multiple other sources. And he is safe. It is a 3-0 affair, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are the team with 3 for once in their lives. As, Nengowski is hype. And right here, Kevin Newman. Oh, it looks like this is only going to go 17 feet. Oh, but it's a fair ball. It's a fair ball. And right here, the Pirates are going to score not 1, not 2, but 3 off of the Lowell Mets error. And the Mets are once again returning to their form that they usually take. And the general manager, Rojas, is so upset he gets thrown out of the game. And right here, the Pirates take a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. And it looks like there must be another All-Star break coming up for the Pirates because they are playing spectacular baseball. And what a great call by the umpire. It never left the line until the New York Mets player touched it. And just like that, it's a fair ball, and the Pirates have a 6-0 lead off of the error by the Mets. What an amazing play and lucky play for this Pittsburgh Pirates team. And this may be one of the most interesting series that I have seen of MLB baseball, and particularly from the Pittsburgh Pirates, in quite some time. Because there have been many things happen. There was a fight, there was a walk-off grand slam, and now there was this play that was a fair ball. And Nengowski strikes out, and then that gives him 2 outs with a man on second at the bottom of the second inning as the Mets look to keep this a 6-0 ball game. And Polanco's up, so that's definitely going to happen, as it looks like Polanco gives it right to the shortstop, who gives it to Pete Alonso, and that is going to be the end of the second inning. It's still 6-0 Pittsburgh, and just this series has been wild, man. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a fun series to watch. I have enjoyed watching it. I've had the pleasure of watching it. As right here, they're going to get the strikeout, except it is on a 1-1 pitch. A man is going to third base after a single by a Mets player, and it is 6-0 Pirates, but with 1 out and a man on first and third, it is prime position for the Mets to get themselves back in this ball game, and looks like that may be what happens, because it is a fair ball, and it is 6-1 Pittsburgh. The lead was cut to 5. And right here, man on first and second, and that is going to be a pop-up and an out. Gregory Polanco can indeed catch a baseball as he throws it in the stands to end the top of the third inning. As here we go to the top of the fourth, the Pirates did not score a single run in the bottom of the third inning. It's still 6-1 with a man on first and second and no one out. And just like that, it's a baseball game again, as it is 6-4 Pirates. They still have the lead, but the Mets will not give up. And wow, this has been an interesting series. Just about everything has happened, and every possible result, every possible exciting moment has happened. I mean, this has been a great series. Top of the fifth inning, 1 out, a man on first, 6-4 Pirates. And right here, Keith Ryan does not have time to make the play. Wilmer Defoe does not have time to make a play, as there's a man on second and first now after the single, and the Mets are in prime position. A home run right here can make it a 7-6 game, but that would be the best case scenario for the Mets, and they still get a very good scenario, as it looks like right here, the ball goes to Polanco, and he strikes him out. Stratton strikes him out. What an amazing pitch by Stratton to keep it a 6-4 ball game here heading into the bottom of the fifth inning. The Pirates are hitting. Here is Ben Gamel. Oh, diving play, but he loses the ball, and Gamel is safe at first base. Ben Cherington's in the booth, everyone. Our savior is in the booth, according to the broadcast. And it is going to be a double play to end the fifth inning. It's still 6-4 Pittsburgh going into the top of the sixth. And right here, it looks like it is going to be a fair ball, and with a man on first base and 2 outs, it may drive in a run, but I highly doubt it. And the Pirates lose it, so this might drive in a run, and it does. It is 6-5 Pittsburgh, but the Mets have scored 5 unanswered runs to make this a ball game. This looks like your typical Pittsburgh Pirates play right here, as they easily could have kept the man on third base, or maybe even tagged him out, but fumbled the ball. Bases are loaded. Oh, and he doesn't even swing the bat. There's no outs. Bases loaded, up by 1. The Mets have all the momentum. And once again, they look at the pitch and there's another out, and that is something you cannot do in this situation. Even if the pitch is a ball, if it's a ball that's thrown like right between the strike zone and the range that a ball would be thrown, to make the pitch a ball instead of a strike, you swing, because the ump can call it either way. It's a 50-50 call. You have to swing at those baseballs if you're the Pirates in that situation. And right here, the Mets get a single with 1 out at the top of the 8th inning with Alonso on first, and he strikes him out. It is still a 6-5 ball game heading to the bottom of the 8th inning, except we're going to the top of the 9th right now. Richard Rodriguez, the closer for the Pirates, one of the best players on their team, the best pitcher according to multiple sources. Michael Conforto is up. There is a man on first base with no outs, and Conforto, he launches it, and just like that, the Pittsburgh Pirates are once again back to their true form as they choke a 6-run lead. And right here, after a first inning where they scored 6 runs, they have not managed to do anything when it comes to hitting the baseball since then. And the Lowell Mets have taken the lead. The paternity test apparently came back negative for the Pirates. They are not the Mets' daddies, according to multiple sources. It was it was a false positive. As right here, the Mets get the out, and this game is over, 7-6 being your final score. And the Pirates are 36-57, the Mets being 48-42. To end one of the most interesting series of baseball that I have seen in quite some time. And now that the Pirates have lost a game, and it's after the All-Star break, they could easily start going on a 10-game losing streak, just like they managed to do every single year. But let's hope that doesn't happen, because even though we want the best draft pick possible for our rebuild and for Ben Cherington, our Lord and Savior, to have at his disposal, we want to see the Pirates win baseball games. So, Gregory Polanco, because of this series, he got 1 hit this game, okay? And that 1 hit just gave him a 5-year contract extension. Congratulations, Gregory Polanco. Woo! What an amazing performance by you, Gregory. And just like the Pirates, always be having surprises up their sleeves. And honestly, giving me one of the best series of baseball that I've watched in quite some time, except they did choke a 6-run lead, so they went back to their true form. So are the days of our Pirates.
Again to